Hello everyone and welcome back. We have another One Piece card game match here. It is me on the right playing purple Luffy and my friend Shadow playing yellow Enel on the left. We go ahead and do the die roll. I roll 6 and he goes 11. So he gets to pick turn order. I believe he chooses to go second this match. I believe that this matchup is pretty favored for purple Luffy, but I do believe that Enel's triggers and just card pool can get him through this matchup. I don't think it's as favored for Luffy as much people might think it is. So I'll go ahead and I keep my first hand. He takes a mulligan and we'll go ahead and get started here. Alright. Looks like I got a good hand going on, like rubbing my hands together. I must have some Magellans. Get my first Dawn, pass turn, don't have anything. He gets his 2 Dawn, and it doesn't look like he has a Shura, so we go ahead and pass it back to me. Alright, I start my turn by ramping a Dawn, so that way I can get more options in my hand to actually play. Looks like I pulled a 9-drop Kaido off of life, which is nice. I swing 5, and I drop a page 1. I did have a ulti in hand, but I want to stay up on Dawn against any yellow matchup as much as possible. I don't want to go down to 3 and then go down to 5 for my next turn when I can just stay ahead. I go ahead and 2k out of his 5k swing. I just don't want to drop any 1ks, honestly. It's a little early to drop them, and I also might not have any. Alright. I am now at 7 Dawn. I have to decide what I want to do here. My goal for this turn is to get the Enel down to 1 to 2 life before his Yamatos can start gaining him advantage. So I also want to take cards out of his hand, so I do a 6k swing to bait a 2k counter, and then I go ahead and do a 7k swing into life, so that way I can get that life down to 2. And with my remaining Dawn, I do drop the Magellan to bring him down. Now he's on his 3rd turn and he only has 5 Dawn. This really limits his options on what he can do. I think he really can only swing big and establish a body. So he swings 6 into my life, and I go ahead and 2k counter out of this as well because I don't have to take the hit and I'm not going to. He drops the Ohm and he does find the dog, and I'm like, damn, that's some advantage. I was doing pretty good, but let's see. He might have more bodies than me right now, but we are going up to my poly turn if I do have it. So let's see. Now I have 2 goals this turn. I can either start clearing his board of a poly and swinging at life, or I can get him down to 1 or 0 life. So I go ahead and swing 7 in, trying to get him to just take the life, and he goes ahead and takes it. It looks like he got a Yamato off of life. And I'm thinking on how I actually want to do my swings here. It looks like I have 5 set to the side and a Magellan in hand. So I'm definitely going to try to set him back an entire turn. I go ahead and swing, looks like 8 into life. I'm going very big here. And he takes it, and it is a Thunderbolt trigger. He does kill the page 1, which kind of sucks for my tempo. And he heals off of Enel's leader effect by dropping an Enel. But I think the tempo isn't gone because I do have another Magellan. I go ahead and minus a Dawn. And I go ahead and swing 5. I don't really agree with this. I should have swung 5 before I played the Magellan, or gone a 6k, 7k swing into life, but it's okay. We're here now. He drops a Sanji to get out of that, so I do get cards out of his hand. The smaller his hand gets, the less good his leader effect feels, if that makes sense. Because even though he can do it at 0 life, it's just less counter that he'll have in the later stages of the game. So he takes a second to think here. He goes 7 into life. I go ahead and take this, I believe, and it is a trigger. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Thinking hard. It is a double finger. Yes. So since he did KO my page 1, I was cool with actually doing this because I minus a Dawn, discard a card to get my Dawn back. So my Dawn level here actually doesn't change. I stay at 7 Dawn, and I get to get a body that he can't actually swing at, which is nice. Because we know he's not going to swing at the Magellan because he doesn't want to go down 2. Oh, but he does Amaru. Resting my Magellan? No, he's... Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I would rest the Magellan if he's not going to try to kill it. And then he goes 8, 9 into life. I don't disagree with that. He does want to get me low as possible. I do 2k out of the 5k swing into double finger. Let's see. I don't know. I guess it depends on how much of a threat this double finger is actually to him, if he should just double swing into it or not. No, but he does pass turn. 2 Dawn up. It comes back to me. I am at 9 Dawn, so I have a lot of options here on what I can do. Let's see what I decide. I believe I did draw a poly around this time. Yeah, I'm counting it out. So I go 7. Let's see, 7 into what? I must be deciding what I'm swinging 7 into. Or he's deciding on how he reacts here. It might be into the Holly. Oh no, it's into life. So 7 into life, base trigger, rests my Magellan. And, you know what? I believe I was actually going for game here, and this really changed my plans. Yeah, I was a little upset. I was like, man, if that base trigger wasn't there, I would have just been able to win this turn, I think. But it's okay. So now that I actually can't win this turn, I had to decide and pivot my strategy. So I can't live if all of his attackers stay up. So I have to decide on what I'm going to do here. It looks like his hand is actually kind of dead on triggers, or not triggers, on counter. Looks like a Katakuri, maybe 2 Yamatos. So I go ahead and swing 5, I believe, into the dog. And let's see, he does let this go. Nice. Okay, so getting into a position where I actually am feeling a little more comfortable in where I was. 3 swings is way easier to manage than the 4 swings that he was gonna get. And let's see, he does have Yamatos in hand, so it's not the best, but I do drop a poly, tap 5, then rest an additional 2 to pop, and I go ahead, let's see, I pop the Ohm. Okay, and then I swing 6 into life, and he goes ahead and counters out because he doesn't want to go down to 0. I don't know, maybe I should have popped the Sanji here and then swung at the Ohm. But I think I wanted to get a 2k counter out of hand more than I wanted to get a 1k counter out of hand. Just for next turn when I actually go for game. So I'm also sitting here. I have the double finger is pretty easy for him to swing on. But at this point, I think I'm okay if she goes away, because nothing is really stopping her from doing anything. And he does a massive swing into life. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes 10 into life. I go ahead and take it. He Amaru's to bring Enel up to 8. And he decides he's going to go 9 into life. He's just going all in here. I think he realizes his situation. And I did have the counter. I had 5k in counter to get out of the 9k swing. I believe I did actually count it out too to make sure I could live a second swing from Enel. Even with Amaru. And he did use, I just realized he did use it and decided not to tap anything, but I don't think it mattered. He wasn't swinging on life anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start trying to get cards out of hand. So I go 5 into life. And with my remaining 9 Dawn, I'm like, man, I have a Kaido, but if this trigger is something massive, this is really bad. Okay, ooh, the camera started shaking. Oh man, this is weird. Well, the game will finish anyway. So we go ahead and he gets the Shura trigger off of life. And he gets a 2k counter. I'm like, damn, okay. Well, at least I have 2 more 2k swings. He does heal. So he's back down to 3 cards in hand. And I go ahead and swing 6. Nope, I go 5 into life. So I want him to drop that 2k counter on a swing that he's not going to want to swing out of. But he does. He drops a 2k counter and I'm like, alright, that's good. That means he doesn't have any other counters in hand. He gets Sanji and he rests it. And I tap 9 and I do save the Kaido for this exact turn. I minus 5. And I KO the Sanji and I go 10 into life. And all he had was 1 card left and it was the Yamato. Good game, Shadow. That was a really good game. This just shows why you have to not fully respect the triggers, because you can't respect the triggers so much where you're afraid to swing. But have a plan if they do have one of the like 3 endgame triggers, like the Thunderbolt, the Beige, or the Sanji. I played around the Beige because I had 2 more swings with the Kaido, and I played around the Thunderbolt because I had the Kaido, and I played around the Sanji because I kept the Kaido. Dropping Kaido early in this matchup is very helpful, but sometimes you have to save it for the end. If you have 2 Kaidos and you're able to ramp back up, it's even better. But yep, good game, Shadow, and yeah, I hope we run it back soon. Everyone have a good day, and peace.